Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy, the Sports Fanatic, your boy Dylan. Today, we got the NBA. You know, I ain't trying to rhyme, I ain't trying to get into it, but the NBA Cup, the Emirates NBA Cup Championship in Vegas, Knicks, Spurs. And, you know, I haven't watched a lot of NBA this season. I ain't really been tapped in. Opening week, I was there, but the rest of that, I really wasn't tapped in for real. So, I definitely watched the NBA Cup. I watched it to its entirety, and it was a very good game. And before we get into the X's and O's of everything, I want to say condolences to the family of Wembanyama. He lost someone special to him the other day. I didn't see that till this morning, so I was getting ready to do this video. And I did have some harsh words. I ain't going to say harsh, but I definitely had heavy criticism for Victor Wembanyama and the way that he played. I felt like he did good in spurts, but obviously he was dealing with something bigger than basketball. So I'm not going to go too harsh on the criticism today, but I definitely want to get that out the way. So condolences to Victor Wembanyama and his family and on the personal situation, personal loss that they had this week. So let's get into the game of basketball. The Knicks beat the Spurs 124-113, and what a game it was. I'm going back to my notes now. The first half was really exciting. I like to call it the Stephen Castle, the Devin Vassell, and the OG Anunoby show. Time and time again, Stephen Castle proves as to why the UConn system translates to professional basketball. You see him time and time again, not only last night, but his entire rookie year, the way he can just get to the paint without any problems. Every time in that first half, really throughout the whole game, but the Knicks made a great adjustment in the second half. But that first half, he really found a way to get 2 feet into the paint every single time, and the result led to it, whether it was an open three, he put up a good-looking shot, he had a good pass coming out of it. He just found ways to get 2 feet in and execute off those 2 feet in the paint. He plays well beyond his years. He is a very high IQ, very skilled player, and I think in the future he will be extremely talented. I love his patience when he's playing with the ball. You see him in transition. It's just not go. It's I'm gonna give a little speed, but I'm also analyzing. Okay, if Jalen want to cut off my left hand, boom, I got the right, and I got the right to go 2 feet into paint. He always plays off two. It's not only getting 2 feet in the paint, he's playing off two. So he's coming to a jump stop, hop step, and he's landing on those 2 feet. That way he's not caught in midair. A lot of young players do not get to learn that until deeper into their NBA career. And Stephen Castle showed it every single time in that first half. They could not stop. The Knicks could not stop him from getting in the paint. And then on top of that, the way he was getting into the paint, it freed up Devin Vassell so much. There were so many times in the first half where I seen him getting clean, good looks from three, and despite him not even taking majority of shots that I thought he should have took, a simple pump fake, 1-2 dribble, defense rotate, kick. That's good basketball. That is so good basketball. If you don't want to take the shot, pump fake, you done already made 2 threes, defender flyby, 1, 2, defender again, kick, shot. You know, it's a system. It's a way to play. That is how basketball is supposed to be played. And the Spurs, with one of their 2 youngest players, and Stephen Castle being able to do that, and a young veteran in Devin Vassell, who's been in the league for about 4 or 5 years now, can execute that along with the young rookies and the young veteran players. That is extremely crucial to success in later years with this team. That first half was amazing by the both of them. And then OG Anunoby for the Knicks, man. Oh my goodness. Dirk said this in the Dirk Nowitzki said this in the Amazon Prime post-game wrap-up. I want to say it was a post-game. I know it was either the pregame or the post-game. He said that OG Anunoby hit him up, was trying to learn different techniques and different things about when it comes to shooting the basketball. And, oh, my God, averaging almost 50% from the three-point line in, 25 games, a quarter way through the season almost? That's fantastic. And he showed up so many times in the first half. I mean, whether it was a crucial three, a drive to the lane, it was even a play where was it Luke Cornett? OG drives to the basket. Cornett blocks it, but OG has so much strength. He regains control. Oh my God, OG was in his bag. He hit so many crucial shots for the Knicks, whether it was threes, getting to the mid-range, knocking down free throws. He did miss 2 back-to-back free throws in that first half too, but he did knock down some more free throws. He's always been excellent at playing defense and getting to the cup, but his offensive game has just expanded in his last year in Toronto and now coming with the Knicks, I want to say for his 3rd season. So he has just been phenomenal for the Knicks, and he was actually one of the catalysts to keep them alive while the Spurs were getting hot in that first half. A couple more notes that I have for the first half is Wemby. Okay. Like I said, I'm not going to be too harsh on Wemby. He was dealing with personal situations and, he had a loss in the family, so I'm not going to be too hard. But I can definitely see the mental toll that it took on him, right? I've watched a few Wemby games. He was just not playing like himself. He was taking a lot of just shots. Like, he knew his shot wasn't falling. Like, he couldn't make free throws. Some of his layups wasn't going. If you look at his, first 3 shots, they were bodying him up while he was trying to get to the lane, and he just flailed up the ball up in the air. Like, that's – what's the word to put it? I'm gonna just say that's unlike of Wembanyama. Normally if he doesn't got it, he'll swing it back out. He'll get it back at the top of the key or something like that, or he'll get into a different action, whatever the coach want to run. But he just was not playing like himself in the first half. He did have a small stint in the last couple minutes of the entire first half, but both teams, those last 2 minutes, 90 seconds, oh my God, the pace was outrageous. I mean, up and down. If I'm not mistaken, Devin Vassell caught a body. It's just back and forth action. Great shot selection from both teams. And Kolek from the Knicks, shout out to Mike Brown for using Kolek. I haven't watched a lot of NBA lately, so I apologize if I'm behind on the Kolek bandwagon. But Kolek in that first half was very essential to the Knicks staying afloat. I love the way Mike Brown used him and Jalen Brunson together. The combination of both of them on the court was really, really good. It allows Jalen Brunson to get in different actions that's not all at the top of the key. We see a lot of work from Jalen Brunson at the top of the key, and I'm just not a big fan of it. I feel like it's very easy. It's easier to guard when the star players at the top of the key, all 10 eyes are on him. I had to do quick math. So it feels really good to know that he's the second action. That's amazing. You go Kolek and Robinson, Kolek and Towns, Kolek and Hart, Kolek and OG, Kolek and Bridges, whatever you want to do. You can go to 2-man action with Kolek and anybody else. And if the first option with Kolek isn't there, the second option with the roll man isn't there, okay, guess what? You got weak side. You got strong side. And Jalen Brunson can fit both of those actions. And it's so much more – it's easier for him. He can get straight off the catch and straight to a motion. He can go jab, counter the jab. He can get straight to a left, He can go right cross left, boom. He can go right straight, left straight, spin, pump, head. His bag is full of tricks. His bag is full of tricks, and I think it's on a bigger display without him having to have the ball in his hands so much. But that first half was very electric. I love the way Kolek and the Knicks play. I feel like both teams closed the half strong. Both teams closed the half strong, but it was just a very good showing of good basketball. Now, the second half was very entertaining, but I think it came down to the I don't know why my emails keep going off. I think it came down to simply just experience over inexperience. You can see time and time again that second half, the Knicks made the bigger plays. They made the better plays, the smarter plays, in crucial situations. Especially to close out that second half, if you think about it, it goes like this. Jordan Clarkson, everyone knows Jordan Clarkson is 6 man off the bench. I think he's won the 6 man of the year award. You know, he's just a modern day bucket. He gets straight to business. And it ain't no ask. What does it say? Shoot first, ask questions later. That's what he on. But he hit so many timely buckets in his second half. That late third quarter run, the early fourth quarter run that he went on knocking back-to-back threes in both of those sequences pushed the Knicks into momentum, especially at the end of the third when they was down like I want to say like 8. They was down like 8 heading into the third. He came in, boom, knocked down some threes. It became a close game again. Then to start off the fourth, he gave them momentum, knocking down good shots. He was taking the floater near the free throw line because of Wembanyama's height. He did so many good things in that second half, and it really opened up the game for New York with Cat going down for a little bit. We didn't see Bridges return with Kolick and Brunson just struggling a little bit due to the length of the defenders from San Antonio. But Jordan Clarkson was really the savior for the Knicks this game. And I want to get into this one, the Knicks. Everybody knows the brand of basketball that Mike Brown wants to bring to the Knicks and his physicality and his freestyle. They were so aggressive with Wemby whenever he caught the ball. If Wemby wanted to put his back to the basket, Mitchell Robinson, Karl-Anthony Towns, Josh Hart, OG Anunoby, they would not allow Wembanyama to get comfortable, especially with his back to the basket. And I noticed that a lot of times. But he answered big time at the end of the third quarter. That's the thing. At the end of the third quarter, here goes the sequence. 2 threes from Wemby. And the second three where he just caught it off the rebound, boom, put it. It was over somebody like 6'7". He had 2 threes, 2 lob dunks, a block, and a mid-range jumper. That was a very good – that's what I'm saying. The last 2 minutes of each quarter outside the first through third were very entertaining outside of the fourth quarter. But I think this was also a pivotal play in the game. Let's go. Kornet gets called he gets the call for the charge, right, on Luke Kornet. The Spurs coach, he challenges. He wins the challenge. The Spurs don't get the 3 from Champagne or whatever, Julian. He don't get the 3 counted for them. The score was 97-104 at the time. If the 3 counts, that makes it 100. The Spurs coach gets a technical foul. They lose a timeout, and the Knicks shoot a free throw, which Jalen Brown missed, thank God. But I could have sworn they would have got that 3-point basket back. I mean, he probably wouldn't have changed the outcome of the game because they lost, what was it, about 8? They lost by 11. So I don't think it really would have changed the outcome of the game, but I definitely think it would have changed momentum. You go from being down 7-4 with 4 minutes left to play, or however much time was left to play. I think that's a pivotal mark in the game. I'm excited to see what the 2-minute, what the overnight report say, or 2-minute report that the refs be dropping, whatever that. I'm excited to see what that says because I could have sworn you got 3 points for making that basket. I definitely think that was a pivotal turn. And then the last 2 things to note before we get on what's next for both of these teams and what the NBA Cup truly means. The Spurs showed so much inexperience to close out, a game with veteran players. Like OKC, the reason why they beat OKC because it's almost evenly matched. Yes, the OKC have won a championship, but their rise has only been happening the last 3 years. Shea has been good for about 4 years. He's been really good for the last 4 years. The year they lost to the Mavericks in the second round was their year. Then last year they won. They won the chip, obviously, but they haven't experienced a lot of close games because they just been so dominant. So that's not their fault, but I feel like that's what the game was against OKC and San Antonio. But when you're facing a squad like New York, where you have a championship head coach in Mike Brown, You have Karl-Anthony Towns, who's been to multiple playoffs within the last few years. Jalen Brunson, who's been in big playoff games and close games the last few years. You've OG Anunoby, who's a champion with the Toronto Raptors. He's been in a lot of close games with DeMar DeRozan, Kyle Lowry, Kawhi Leonard, Fred VanVleet. He knows what to do. Mikal Bridges was in the finals 3-4 years ago. He's been to that point. He's played in big games. He understands what it takes to win. Who else? Mitchell Robinson has played in a lot of playoff games. Their team outside of, I mean, they're big six, their starting lineup, Mitchell Robinson and the coaching staff has so much experience on how to win just the small, regular, close games, and that's what it was. You seen from the Spurs, Wemby did not play well in the fourth quarter. It was a specific play with about 4 minutes to go. Stephen Castle, good defense on one of the guards of the Knicks. I want to say it was Kolick. Wemby rotates, not sure why, leaves OG wide open in the corner. He knocks that down, okay? Then right after that, he forced up a deep three when he didn't have to. Miss. Knicks get the ball. They score again. Then he forced a midi and miss. Knicks get the ball and score again. That three-play sequence basically was the entire game. It was the game, and they were still within it with like 90 seconds left. You can see they had just gave up. Harper was taking bad shots. Fox was taking bad shots. Castle was taking bad shots. They just were not taking good quality looks to end the game, and that's just ultimately how they lost. I think the last 3 minutes was really bad as far as shot selection for the San Antonio Spurs. Now, where do you go from this? If you're both teams, I think the Knicks, this is what you build on. It is kind of crazy that they don't want to raise the in-season tournament banner in MSG, which I think is crazy. You know, a win is a win in my book. You know, I'm one of them guys. I'm going to celebrate any and every win. Don't care who it is, where it is, how it was, who got it, when I got it. I need to celebrate a dub, and I think this is a major accomplishment. I just think it's a major accomplishment. At this point of the season, at the halfway point of the season, you are the best team in the league. 6 weeks into the season, and if you think about it, basically you're not at the halfway. You're a little under halfway. You're like 25, 30 games in. So you 40% of the season in, you're the best team at this point. Why not celebrate that? Even if it doesn't result in an NBA championship, so what? In this moment in time, you're one of the best NBA teams in the league. I disagree with not hoisting up a banner or something of that nature, but I think the Knicks can build a lot off of this in-season tournament championship run. Orlando, Miami, if I'm not mistaken, Toronto. They took off Toronto and Orlando, two very good teams. Very good teams. Not only do they match them in length and size, but Toronto is pretty solid. B.I. and Glorilla. You know, you got Scotty Barnes, R.J. Barrett, IQ, Jakob Poeltl. You got a squad. You got a squad over there in Darko. And then you got Orlando with, what's my man? Mosley. Paulo and them, France. They've been okay. Desmond Bain. They've been all right. But to knock off two teams like that, then go into the Spurs and beat them, you just use this momentum. Use Tyler Kolick. Use OG Anunoby. Miles McBride and Landry Shamet, once they come back, you're just going to see this team go into a different level. I wish they had like one more solid piece to give them about 9, 10 strong at the wings position. And I didn't even mention Josh Hart. Josh Hart played phenomenal as well. So they have so many different pieces that work. They just got to keep building this momentum. And I love one of the things that Mike Brown did at the start of the season. He goes to say that he didn't want them to run a lot of plays. He understands the skill level that they have with Jalen Brunson, with Karl-Anthony Towns, Mitchell Robinson, Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Miles McBride, Tyler Kolick. If I'm not mistaken, I seen Landry Shamet on the bench last night. They have a squad, and he wants them to understand the purpose of playing free but playing together at the same time. Like the plays are going to be the plays regardless. You know, you've been in the NBA for so long, you're either gonna stop the play or not. But it's deeper than playing or playing within a play. It's deeper than that. What's the chemistry? Because the play don't work if the chemistry ain't right. So play together, swing the ball, kick the ball, set a screen, cut hard. If you can't get it, relocate. Don't just be stagnant. Keep moving, keep passing, keep cutting, and most importantly, keep trusting one another. And that is the epitome of Knicks basketball in the 2025-2026 season. That's why Tom Thibodeau got fired, because it was Jalen Brunson or nothing. And now it is a full team effort. I can't tell you the last time I seen Josh Hart attempt that many shots. OG Anunoby attempt that many shots. Somebody else handled the ball as much as Tyler Kolek did, even when De'Aaron Fox picked his pockets. This team, this New York Knicks team, they only have to face the Cavs. And maybe Toronto. Maybe Toronto. If Toronto keep this up, Toronto low-key OD. But they have to stay like this. They cannot lose it. You know, injuries aside, but if they can stay fully healthy, they look very, very dangerous. Now, for San Antonio, what do? You just build on this, man. Vic will come back to himself after losing family members of such. He'll come back to himself, allow him time to grieve, or get back to his normal stuff. He's going to become that dog that he was just a few weeks ago, just a few days ago. So I'm not worried about Victor Wembanyama. But what I think you definitely can work on is I don't know how to put it, but, man, you got to find a way to get – you got to find a way to get De'Aaron Fox. And like I said, I haven't watched a lot of NBA, so I'm just speaking off of one game. I would love to see De'Aaron Fox get more involved within the offense. I just didn't see enough pick and roll with him, and maybe I don't know what they want to do. I didn't see enough pick and roll with him and Cornette or him and Wemby. He was more so of like I said, with Tyler Kolek and Jalen Brunson, he was known as the second action. I'm not really sure why. I mean, I understand you have a lot of ball handlers and Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle. I don't know why I keep saying Steven. Stephon Castle, De'Aaron Fox, Wembanyama, Harrison Barnes. You have so many different entities who can control the rock. But you got to remember what you brought him here for. You got $30, $40, $50 million player here, man. It's De'Aaron Fox. Let him cook. Big O come through frying shit. Let him cook. I just think that's what you got to do. I think the ball needs to be in his hands just a little bit more. I thought Castle and Harper had too much control of the ball at times. When you have a veteran guard who knows what to do, when to do it at the right times, especially in big games, give him the ball. Let him run free. I get you want to, push the what's the right word? Push the experience of these younger guards. Just push them ahead quicker, but it don't work like that, man. It don't work like that. Get a ball to number 4, number cuatro, and let them get to work. It's simple as that, man. But I think the Spurs will be fine. I definitely think they can tweak some things, tweak your late game situations, late game play calling. But that's all come throughout the season. So, I mean, I'm not mad at anything like that. I thought the Spurs played phenomenal until down the stretch. This game was back and forth the entire time. It was a really great game. I haven't caught an NBA game since, like I said, opening week. So it felt good to see the guys go up and down the court and really get buckets, man. Really get to the Baja for real. So hopefully I can talk more NBA over the next month or so. I'm excited. LeBron James seems to be coming back. I am a Rockets guy since KD went to Houston. We dropped one in OT to Jokic and them boys. Respect to them. So Cleveland has been all up in the air. The Clippers are fucking losing their lives. I don't know what's going on with the Clippers. They really need to just scratch it and rebuild it, honestly. There's a lot of talented players coming in the next few drafts. A.J. DeBansa, the Boozer brothers, Terrence Brown out of Utah, What's my boy Peterson out of Kansas? It's some more guys that I'm missing. But it's some hoopers, man. It's some hoopers, especially them boys at Houston, the boys at Syracuse, Arkansas got some, St. John's got some dogs. Ian Jackson. It's a lot of talent out here in college athletics. But the Clippers got to find a way to do something because, man, it's starting to look bad. And they don't even own their own pick this year, so it's a cold world. But that's all I got for y'all today, man. I appreciate y'all for listening, watching, tuning in. It's the Sport Fanatic, your boy Dill. Like, comment, share, subscribe, the whole nine, the whole vibe, the whole, everything, man. But appreciate y'all and catch y'all next one. We got one more for today. We grinded. But that's all I got for you. I ain't gonna lie. What if the Knicks do win the NBA championship? That'd be low-key crazy.